Erik, you've said so many times it's a make or miss league. And is that largely what tonight kind of was? I mean, it seemed like an old school finals game on the defensive end, both ways with bodies flying. But I know it looked like you were getting the looks you're accustomed. I think it just simply comes down some nights just make or miss.
I'm glad you said that, because I just, from my vantage point, I just love seeing our guys compete. I love, how they respond in between those four lines. This was a throwback game, and there were some moments of truth, there at the end. And probably the bottom line is they won those moments of truth. We had some reads, they are long and they are an extremely good defensive team. So your windows happen much quicker. Thought we had some opportunities, but you do have to credit their defense, and they just made some more plays, going down the stretch, and we'll respond. That's not even that's academic at this point. We'll just rest up tomorrow and get back to work and get ready for the next one.
Next question, Jared Weiss.
Spill, you've seemed to use every defensive scheme that exists in the series so far. Tonight we saw a lot of hard showing and recovering. How do you feel like that scheme went? And do you feel like you have to keep throwing new things at this Lakers offense?
Yeah, it's not like LeBron hasn't seen every single coverage, so we're not going to trick him. Look, this was in the balance. There were some moments of truth, and it came down to making plays. And we made a lot more plays at the end of last game. They made their plays tonight, made some big shots. Pope hit the big one, obviously, and Davis put the one that basically sealed it. And LeBron obviously put his fingerprints on that, down the stretch. We had a handful of offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities where we really defended well and got the stop, and they were able to get another opportunity, from that. But this was a grind out throwback game. Both teams were competing with great force. It's not like anybody was giving up any quarter on either side, and you just have to make some plays down the end. And I don't think we didn't make plays. I just think they just made more plays and more shots to seal it.
Next question is from Cameron Buford.
Hey, Coach, I want to know what you thought about Tyler Herro's performance and willingness to compete down there late in the fourth quarter. The ball kept seeming to find him, and it was responding. Obviously, he didn't make every play, but he made some big plays. What you thought about that? And then coming Friday, do you think you'll have a package for him ready to go late in the fourth quarter?
He's already, been that kind of guy for us in the playoffs. So it's not about developing a new package. If you've watched us, he's had some big time moments, for us on this playoff run. And against a defense as good as LA's, you're going to need a lot of guys contributing and different guys that are threats to make them react in a different way. And Tyler can make plays in a lot of unscripted ways, which is really important. At the same time, with Tyler, it feels like, he's not really a 20-year-old rookie player with us. He's been through 3 training camps. He went through summer league last year, went through our training camp, went through a full season, and then the restart, and went through a training camp here. So it almost feels like this is his 3rd season in many regards. But we'll need all of it, for the next one.
Next question is Anthony Chang.
So I know Bam played 33 minutes in it, but were there any limitations on him, and how do you think he looked in his first game back? And also, second part, what was the determining factor, I guess, in keeping Goran out tonight?
Well, Goran wasn't ready. I mean, he's doing everything he possibly can to get into this competition. Our guys, want to be out there and play for this. We have a purpose why we're here. And and going, put his heart and soul into this. So he's going to continue to try to do everything he possibly can. When I mentioned the other night, how you can see it in his eyes and deep into his soul, how much he wants to be out here, I think probably you all can see that as well. And then Bam, he passed all the protocols with his mobility and strength. I thought he was great considering he hasn't played in a week or hasn't really done anything other than rehab, but he's the heart and soul of who we are. So it was just great to have him back out there, and I don't have to, deal with him trying to stare a hole through me anymore.
Next question is Mark Schwartz.
Spo, earlier in the series, Jimmy saw very little of Anthony Davis on defense, but tonight Davis was more of a factor. In fact, after the first quarter, Jimmy was 1 for 7 with Davis as the primary defender. He also had 4 blocked shots. Can you describe the impact that he had in that respect on this game and on Jimmy?
He's a great player. So is Jimmy. So we have a great team and great players in our way of what we're trying to do. And I'm sure on Friday night, it'll be James and Davis on him quite a bit. And Jimmy's not running from that. We have to try to help him, a little bit more, create a little bit more space for him. But again, these games may just end up being in the mud. You have 2 competitive groups. And you just have to figure out how to make some plays at the end. And that's usually where we figure it out and usually where our group thrives. So I already know, the heartbeat of what's going on in our locker room. Our guys are just looking forward to Friday.
All right. The last question for Coach Spoelstra will come from La Gazzetta, Italy.
Hey, Coach, you almost already replied to this, but down 3-1, what do you say to your team and how do you prepare your team for what is going to be your first elimination game in these playoffs?
Our guys love competition and love the challenge. We're here for a purpose. We never expected this to be easy. We'll just rest and recover tomorrow. I think everybody could probably use that a little bit, recalibrate, get back to work on Thursday. I know our group is going to be ready. All right. Thank you.